Hey, what's happening? Jeff Pish here, out on the deck. We are starting a new series today. I'm calling it This is the Drum. It's basically from ground zero from there. We're starting with the extreme basics from day one, and then going to go through from there and build the series and eventually hopefully get to some more intermediate advanced ideas and concepts. And I think it's going to be a cool series, whether you're a beginner or you're an intermediate advanced player, to go back and review certain things like terminology, different things like that, and maybe get some fresh ideas or revisit ideas in your head. Always a good thing. So let's get to it. You want to play drums. You want to learn how to play drums. You want to know the ins and outs of drumming and things like that. So we're going to start there. So the first thing you do is you get yourself a pair of sticks. It's the most personal thing, in my opinion, for a drummer. Everyone has their preferences and their reasons for using the stick that they use. Some guys girls go through a variety of sticks, and depending on the situation, others find a stick and latch onto it, and that's their stick for life. So we're just going to talk about the parts of a stick. We'll talk a little bit, we'll just get into the basics of how we put them on our hands and varieties of drumsticks that are available and different brands, and go from there. Let's get into it. So we're going to talk about the drumstick. Let's talk about the zones or parts of the stick. So we'll start at the top. So this is the tip, or the bead as some refer to, and then we have the shoulder, which is just where it tapers. This is the tapered section, and then the shaft, that's where we're going to hold it, and then the butt, i.e. the back end. All right, so we got tip or bead, shoulder or taper, shaft where we grip, and butt is the back end. Now, all of these places on the stick are essentially customizable. And there's so many options in the drumstick world, whether you're dealing with Vic Firth, like I've just always been a big fan of Vic Firth sticks, never had issues, it's a great product. Or if I know a lot of other players dig the ProMark stuff, or Vader, or Ahead, or Wincent. There's even Zildjian makes drumsticks as well that are very good. There's tons of options out there. So please do experiment, try different things, and see what you like. Again, like I said, these are a very personable part of being a drummer, being a drummer. So now, tips, customizable. So you can see here, this is the 5A barrel tip. So you see how, clever name, it looks like a little barrel. What this does, in my opinion, is it gives me really clear cymbal sounds. It's a very consistent sound. Because of the flatter, it's a rounded flat surface like a barrel. I get really good contact with the cymbal, so it speaks really well for me. That's what I hear out of it. There's variety of shapes. You got your teardrops, your round beads, your barrels like this. Again, check around, experiment, try different things, and see what it sounds like. All right. So then, when we talk about the shoulder, there's different lengths and angles of taper in various sticks and shoulders. So again, find what you like. I feel like this is a fairly short taper. We get to the widest point, you can kind of see there, or there, where it kind of gets to the wide point. It's a fairly short taper to get to the rest of the stick. Again, it's a feel thing for me. I like the way this feels on my hand. All right. Now, when we talk about the shoulder or the grip, I like to refer as the gripping point. This is where we talk about 5A, 5B, 7A. Those are our sizing references. So 5A is for me, just feels right. A 5B is a little bit thicker. You can go 2B, which is even thicker and heavier than that. Or you go 7A, which is really much skinnier, for if you're playing light, super light jazz stuff. Again, I'm going to say this 100 times. Experiment, find what you like, find what feels good and what sounds good. And then when we talk about the butt or the back end, again, I just like that it's solid here. If we're talking about rim knocks, that's where we're turning the stick over and using that butt end to get a nice full rim knock sound, on a snare drum in certain situations. And that's something that I look for. I work on finding the sweet spot, and I know this 5A barrel tip stick so well, and I know exactly where it needs to be for a good full rim knock sound. I know exactly where my hand needs to be on the stick for it to feel good and be comfortable moving around. Great. So, in review, tip, shaft or shoulder, or I should say shoulder, shaft or grip, and butt. All customizable. Find your brand, find the model that you like. There's tons of signature sticks out there that all of the companies have. I originally played, I was playing ProMark 747s in high school, and then I switched over to the Vic Firth, Dave Weckl signature sticks. I played this for a long time. They're such a great feel, so check those out. The Steve Gadd signature sticks are another favorite of mine. They're a little bit lighter, a little more touchy than what the Dave Weckl signature is, but another great option, especially in the jazz world. Now, let's talk about putting the sticks in our hands. All right, so we've did some research. We found some sticks that we think we'd probably like. Now we got to hold them. So you want to kind of find a spot on the stick. You don't want to be up here because, again, science things. You're just not getting the maximum, rebound. You're not going to be able to rebound from there. There isn't going to be a rebound if you're up too far. So that's why you want to kind of find that balance point where the stick there's more weight up front, right? So we want to be about 3/4, 5/8, 7/8 back. Again, it depends on the size of your hand, depends on which grip you're using. I play traditional grip in the left hand, but so it depends if you're playing match grip. I recommend you start match grip and go from there. If you make a choice later on, fine, to switch over and turn it over, fine. But I recommend everyone to play match grip. And all you're going to do to find that match grip is if you take your stick and just grab it naturally. Okay? Now, you may want to, your first instinct may be to grab it like this, like a club. Don't do that, because see how you can't move it if you're clubbed up. We want it, so you're going to get your thumb on the side and nice and relaxed. You're not squeezing. There's no reason to really squeeze the stick. When you play, like you can see, I'm just playing some rebound notes here. You can see, if you look closely, the logo is kind of spinning. That is not a bad thing. That just means I'm getting the maximum rebound and the maximum natural scientific motion, equal opposite reaction type thing. Getting that natural motion out of the stick. Okay? And then, like I said, match grip, same thing, left hand, get the thumb on the side, but relax, space there. You just want everything to feel really natural. Arms and shoulders relaxed. You don't want to be out here like this. If you put your arms down at your side, have both sticks in your hand, just enough pressure so you don't drop the stick out of your hand. Put them down, and then just pick them up in front of the pad or the drum, whatever you're working with to start, and you're there. Okay, so you see there's space, it's relaxed. Your palm is fairly flat. It's okay if you're a little bit of like a 3/4 motion, and some players even go fully underneath. It's called the French timpani grip. Also a great option. I actually go, if I'm on a drum set and I'm over on the ride cymbal, that's naturally how my right hand processes over there. You know, if I'm playing here around the drums, ride cymbal. That's just very natural. Again, and everything we want to do within drumming, we want it to feel natural. Not everyone is built the same. So yes, if this is natural for me and how I have my stuff set up, but if your ride cymbal is down lower over here, this over, wrist flat may be more natural. Again, it'll depend on what you got going on. So to review grip, you take your stick, you find what feels naturally in balance. No club. You just want thumb on the side, some space in there. You don't want to squeeze the bejesus out of it. That's a very technical term. You want nice and relaxed in there so that the stick can move in your hand, and it's getting that equal and opposite scientific reaction. And then the same with the left hand. We're talking match grip. It's called match grip because your left hand matches your right hand. And that's how we roll. Nice and relaxed. So there's our quick shot for today in our new series. This is the Drumstick. All right, so we're going to continue the series called This is the Drum and continue from there. Try different sticks. Let me know in the comments what kind of sticks you use. What do you like? I'm always looking for new ideas. I don't mind experimenting. Yes, I've really gotten connected to these 5A barrel tips from Vic Firth, but I'm certainly open to try different things, and I've tried a couple things this past year, but still nothing worked as well for me as these. So yeah, let me know what you're using and what you've tried, and as always, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and we'll catch you on the next one.